All right, I'm back for Dust2S's ongoing coverage of Fragadelphia CS2 here in Chinatown, and I'm with Hambooga of Wanted Goons following their elimination against Xiaoma Gaming. So to start, that was a pretty close match. How are you feeling coming out of it?
I'm still feeling pretty confident, even though we just lost first round playoffs. But for me personally, being a rookie and performing the way I did, I'm extremely happy with the way I performed.
Yeah, and I think you can take a lot of positives away from this event, especially last night's match during last night's match against NuTorious. I think we saw some really special performances from you. What was it like playing in that full room with all the fans, especially the huge group behind NuTorious?
Honestly, it didn't bother me that much. Especially, I know they were trying to get into my head, but seeing all those guys just giggling at each other after saying something to me, it just made me have more fun. But me personally, I definitely enjoy thriving under pressure. And I grew up playing in my living room too, so I'm used to loud noises around me.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, you're still relatively new to the CS scene, the CS semi-professional scene, and this, I believe, is only your second really big LAN. Um, with that in mind, how do you feel about your experience here at Fragadelphia CS2? What are you going to take away from this weekend?
The venue is amazing, and honestly, just the amount of connections I made, like the amount of good people, it just helps you realize like just how closely knit this community is and how many great people there are.
And also adding to your sort of list of recent achievements, you were recently in advanced playoffs. I believe you were knocked down in the second round of the lower bracket. Um, this was your first season of advanced playoffs. So what are you thinking about that run there?
I'm very happy with the way we performed this season, especially looking at how Wanted Goons performed last season. Definitely took a step up, and having experienced players like Atomic and Solga being here to teach me, like I've completely accelerated this season. Like I started off struggling very much, but I feel like a completely new player.
I know you did have some pretty significant roster troubles towards the end of the season with Wanted Goons. I think even at one point, did you left and came back? What happened there?
No. That was good. That was good that left.
Weren't you also considering an exit at some point, or am I mistaken?
You're mistaken. Yeah.
I'm mistaken. So, so I think you did end up having to finish the season with ESEA. Do you think you guys will do? You'll have more to put on offer next season when you have an actual full roster?
Yeah, absolutely. We're still a brand new roster, and there's a lot of things that we want to do still. Like we haven't even completed our map pool because we assembled the roster like right before the season started, so we barely had any time to practice in the off season.
One thing I was also interested about is the fact that you're obviously under the leadership of Solgo, who's a relatively experienced advanced and ECL sort of IGL. Though something interesting about sort of his persona and the reputation he has in the community, I feel like a lot of people sort of use him as like a punching bag due to his low impact on the server as a fragger. Um, do you think that's justified for the sort of abuse he gets from like when he's playing like other teams on land, for example?
Um, I think there's definitely times he can hold his own. Like today on Anubis, I think he was doing very good, and it doesn't really matter his fragging power because, especially when he's dead, his like late round like adjustments and calling is really good. Like he helps coordinate everything.
And what do you think about him as a leader, as an IGL?
He's a pretty solid leader. Like he always has something to say and some sort of feedback for somebody to listen to.
And the other most experienced member on the team is Atomic, who has had multiple seasons of Advanced and ECL. What do you think about him as a member of this formation?
He's a very solid player. I absolutely enjoy playing with him. Like it's with the operas I've played in the past, like I can trust him just not to make any mistakes or overpeak.
And so you're still a relatively young guy. So you're still a relatively young guy. This is only your first season of advanced playoffs. So what are sort of your goals in 2024 as a CS player?
2024. I'm just trying to be the best player I can, and at least by the end of the year, I hope I can make it to ECL.
All right, and so that's sort of Hambooga's long-term goal coming out of Fragadelphia CS do here. So thank you so much for your time, Hambooga, and we'll see you in action next season in advanced.